Warning: the following video will have political views about current situations in the United States. If you do not want to have any sort of serious video watching today, I will link down two funny videos and one of my own for you to go to and watch. Warning, warning, warning. If you don't want to hear any of this, click off now. Okay, if you're still here, then you must be curious what I want to talk about. Well, again, I don't want to make a habit of doing this on my channel because my channel is more about light and fun and whatnot, but I've got something on my chest that I just have to talk about, and that is the Ground Zero Mosque. I know, everyone's groaning right now, putting their hands on their heads, and oh my god, I've heard about this enough. Well, that's why I said at the beginning of the video, you should click out. So if you want to go back, rewind the video, click out, and have a good day. If you're still here, what I want to say is that for these protesters, it is a typical kind of almost like patently obvious reaction by the United States, by citizens of the United States, that or certain groups of citizens of the United States, I should say, because I don't want to generalize myself, but being that I am originally from the United States, I know that this kind of mentality can happen. I'm originally a U.S. citizen. I'm now residing in Canada, and I'm a Canadian citizen. Much more proud to be a Canadian than the U.S. now, especially with a lot of this coming out of it. But often these stories come out of the U.S. because groups of people in the U.S., vocal groups of people in the U.S., tend to be rather, okay, I'm going to say it, they tend to be retarded. I mean, really, really retarded. They're basically saying that this mosque that was being built as sort of a peace-loving, unity building sort of thing is some kind of horrible defiling of Ground Zero, the holy ground of Ground Zero where people died. Well, a couple things. First of all, one, not every Muslim is related to these group of people that actually did the terrorist act. I mean, you have to understand, you may not understand, but you have to understand, you people that may find this one day and watch it, who are protesters of this, that Islam itself is actually pretty much exactly like Christianity. If you don't believe me, I've got a link in the underbar, sidebar, above bar, wherever it may be in the years to come. But basically, in the description for this video, there'll be a link to a website that compares the 10 Commandments with what's in the Quran. And you'll notice that all 10 Commandments are there. So all you Christian people that say that, I mean, I'm agnostic myself, but I did my research. And all you people that say that Christianity and Islam are completely different, you're full of bullshit. There are differences, of course. There are differences in what they do, but pretty much what they do in Islam, Christianity has something that compares to it. I mean, it's slightly different because of the cultures and because of different aspects, but you can't really hate an entire religion for the actions of a few people. If they did that, I mean, hell, people should hate Americans just because of the actions of George Bush. I mean, they should just automatically assume that. Or, for a better example, so that I don't offend my American cousins, what about the Nazis? Let's just go there. Let's just go right there. We've already talked about everything else. Let's go straight to the Nazis. Now, if we followed the same principle with Nazis as we do with Muslims and these people that are protesting, that should mean that all of Germany should be barred from trading with the U.S. All of Germany. Why? Because, well, the Nazis were German, and that means that all Germans are bad. That's basically what they're doing with this. They're saying, well, these terrorists were Muslims, and that makes all Muslims bad. No. You're just trying to obfuscate the issue, if I can talk. You're trying to basically say, oh, well, I'm going to make this big generalization here and say all terrorists are Muslim and all terrorists are these turban-wearing people. Well, did you forget about the IRA that terrorized Britain? They were terrorists. They were members of the Irish, of Ireland, and they were terrorizing a good portion of Britain. I mean, they weren't Muslims, so not all terrorists can be Muslim. They can be anything. A terrorist is simply a person or group of people that try to affect political change through violent acts. I mean, that's what a terrorist is. They use terror to make policy changes. So technically, you could even say the U.S. is a bit of a terrorist sometimes because of the fact they threaten people with a war in order to get them to change their policy. But they really don't take any physical action. But pretty much, I mean, you can make a lot of generalities out of these actions, but if you take a look at why and who and what did this, well, this is a group of people, the Al-Qaeda, the group of people that did this. They're the bad guys, okay? Do they have to be Muslim? Yeah, they could be, Irish. They could be German. They could be, African. We don't know. We don't care. They're the bad guys. This group of people, whatever they believe in, what else they believe in is what we care about. And so by basically saying that you don't want a mosque near ground zero, you're basically flipping the finger at every Muslim and saying, well, fuck you, buddy. I don't care about your religion. I don't care if your religion is very much like mine. I don't care if you're a peace-loving person. I don't care if you're a normal guy. All I know is that you're Muslim and I fucking hate you because you're the people that actually killed my friends. Like, no. No. This is what caused 9/11 in the first place. Okay? I know people are going to go, oh my god, he's talking about 9/11 now. Stop him before he talks again. But no. Seriously, 9/11 was caused pretty much by the U.S. sticking its nose in places it shouldn't have been, and eventually it got a reaction. I mean, that's what happens. They come in, they step into a situation, they pick a side, they choose which one is right, and they jump on it, and then they wonder why they get hurt. It's like, maybe if you kind of looked at the policies and politics of that, and try, instead of being the guy that comes in and says who's right and who's wrong, if you just go in and try and mediate the situation, try and politically diffuse it as opposed to militarily diffusing it, you probably wouldn't have nearly as many enemies as you do at the moment. It's one of the reasons why people don't really like the United States, because that's what they do. They make a judgment call on every situation, and they don't try and look at all the facts. They just say, okay, well, he's right, he's wrong, we're going to kill you guys for them. And at the end of the day, I mean, you can't do that. You cannot do that without making an enemy. If you make a choice like that, if you go out and you attack somebody, that's what's going to happen. The guy you're attacking is not going to like it that much. So, I mean, it wasn't unforeseen. It's unfortunate, but it wasn't unforeseen that this was going to happen. And it just took this time to do it. But that does not mean that the people he's pissing off are all Muslims. I mean, not every single Muslim's walking around going, God damn United States, I'm going to do something about them. They aren't now. But what happens if we keep pissing on them? What happens if the United States keeps pissing on them and keeps saying, well, Muslims can't practice here, Muslims aren't allowed here? If they go against their own constitution and keep saying these kind of things, eventually Muslims will be rather pissed at the United States. And eventually they will just make yet another enemy for no good reason. I mean, understand the reason why you're protesting first. Do some research. Take 5 minutes on a Google search. Look at what Islam really is. Look at what it really stands for, not the people that were the terrorists. That's all you need to do, people. So I really hope somehow, some way, through the Byzantine labyrinth of the internet, this gets to you people who are protesting in New York right now, and you begin engaging your brain and begin looking at what really matters. And what really matters is, are those people who want to create the mosque the exact same people who killed your friends? The answer, no. So with that, I will prepare myself for the flames and rate downs to come, if any will. I'm sure once I put a few tags for searchability, it will happen. But this is Pock signing off for now, and you all have a good day. I'll see you right here again on YouTube.